All right, YouTube, what is going on? It is Zaya here from Zaya&TheSteelers back with another video. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about the Steelers' victory over the Raiders and the Steelers themselves. So if you guys are Steelers fans or you enjoy NFL content in general, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. We are on the road to 2,000 subscribers. Shout out to the people who have subscribed already. And shout out to the future subscribers, man. Also, let's get a shout out to the members. If you guys would like to support me and this channel more, be sure to hit that join button down in the description below. And what a victory Monday, man. I apologize for this video not coming out sooner. Honestly, I just got kind of busy after the game, and just by the time it was like I was able to record, it was like already 11. So I just said, whatever, I'll wait for it in the day. I'll wait for it on Victory Monday. And what a Victory Monday it is, man, because for the last 2 weeks, the vibes have been kind of down. The thoughts have been growing. It's like, man, like this team is dead. Is Russell Wilson going to start? Is Najee Harris ass? Is our offensive line overrated? Is our defense overrated? There was a lot of question marks, man, heading into this game in Las Vegas. And luckily for us, luckily for this team, luckily for the AFC North in general, because there are some teams at the bottom of the AFC North that are doing absolutely nothing to make our division look, good, to make our division look competitive. We're supposed to be the most competitive division in the league. Meanwhile, we got the fucking Cleveland Browns at 1-5 down there, just hanging on by a thread. Absolutely unbelievable. We will talk about them in a second. But it is good that we were able to come out firing. That first quarter, that first half was a little spooky. I'll be honest, it was a little spooky. It was looking a little shaky after the first 2 drives. I believe we punted and then the Raiders ended up scoring. Or no, we didn't punt. We got a field goal and the Raiders went down and scored. But then past that, the defense, they locked in, they did their thing. And then the offense, something I got to talk about real quick. You know what I'm saying? I take accountability. I say what has to be said. When Najee Harris isn't playing well, I am the first one to say something about it. Yesterday, man, when Najee Harris plays well, I am the first one to say something about it. So take a look at this run right here out of Najee Harris. So we have Justin Fields lined up. He's going to hand it off to Naj, and Naj just breaks a tackle. He breaks another tackle. He breaks a third tackle. He breaks a fourth, a fifth, a sixth. Just keep it going, Najee Harris. This is the guy, man. This is like what he is capable of. This is what we all want to see. This is what we all love to see. And shit like this is the reason why I can't, like the heart of me, the life of me, because you guys know how I feel about Naj. You guys know how I feel. And I know how you guys feel too. I'm not the only one. I didn't just invent like, hey, Najee Harris is kind of, he's kind of tweaking right now. I didn't just invent that. There's a lot of people in the comments who, share the same thoughts. But when we see runs like this, man, when this shit happens, it's just like, man, there is no running back better than Najee Harris in the entire NFL when we see plays like this, man. This guy, he loves contact. He embraces contact. And we love him for that. He is a Pittsburgh Steeler. We all know Najee Harris is a Pittsburgh Steeler. If he ends up going to a different team in the future, it is what it is. But this guy, he's a vital member of our team. He's a vital member of our locker room. We also did get Jaylen Warren back today. Yesterday, I guess. So we also, Justin Fields, he's doing his thing in the running department. But man, oh man, we look at 22. Najee Harris has never not had 1,000 yards. You see Muth down there, like helping out on the blocks too. Pat Freiermuth, like charged with the task of guarding Max Crosby most of the day. That was very interesting. You see Max Crosby too, kind of getting through Darnell Washington. He's a fantastic player. It is what it is. He's not better than TJ Watt. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But Max Crosby is a good player. But this play right here, it is all about Najee Harris. Yesterday, low key was all about Najee Harris. And let me tell you, this fun fact right here, this has absolutely nothing to do with anything, but I'm so real with you guys. Also, do you guys like this shirt? I like this shirt. I feel like it's very nice. It says grow at your own pace. And that is the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. We grow at our own pace. But anyway, I have Najee Harris on my fantasy football team because before the season started, I figured the runs were going to be a little better than what they've shown. I figured the offensive line was going to be a little healthier and play a little bit better than what they've shown already. But I have Najee Harris on my fantasy team, right? And if you guys, we've been watching the games, Najee Harris on the fantasy team for the past seasons has been like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's kind of spooky. But I was charged with the task between, because I have Jonathan Taylor, who's hurt. I have Jerome Ford, who's a Cleveland Brown, and Jerome Ford. I have Zach Moss already, he's a Bengal. And then I have Najee Harris. And like for a split second, I almost started Jerome Ford and Zach Moss yesterday because the Najee Harris thing, it just wasn't working out. I also have George Pickens as well. I have the Steelers defense and Chris Boswell. So I'm a big Steelers fan. But anyway, I had Najee Harris, and like I was thinking, man, I'm not starting this guy. Like he's killing me, man. He's dragging this team down. But Jonathan Taylor, he wasn't able to play. I was left to decide, and I chose the Pittsburgh Steelers. And thank God I chose the Pittsburgh Steelers. Since Cincinnati fan, I mean you guys too, but Cleveland fans, you guys are right there by Pittsburgh. You guys could very easily be Steelers fans. It's okay. You don't have to hop on the bandwagon now. It's too late. But you guys made the wrong decision a while ago. You guys should have been Pittsburgh Steelers fans, but it is what it is since you're not. it happens, you know what I'm saying? It happens. Now you got to live with being the Cleveland Browns. Now you got to live with having Jerome Ford. Maybe Nick Chubb will come back soon. But yeah, I almost didn't start Najee Harris yesterday, and I would have been pissed because he had a very good game. I believe he had over 100 yards. He had a touchdown. Finally, welcome to the touchdown categories, Najee Harris. It took way too long. The next one we got to get is George Pickens, who ended up dropping a touchdown. And, we talked about George Pickens a while this upcoming week. He kind of took the headlines, kind of took the storylines a bit. But yeah, George Pickens, I thought, played okay. Once again, we're still looking for that touchdown out of him. But it was really good to see Najee Harris kind of turn up because, we've been talking about it for a little bit. This team is supposed to be a running team. This is how we score our points. This is how we move the ball. And when we have Najee Harris being able to run, it opens up the offense entirely. You know what I'm saying? And it showed. We were able to put up 30 points in this game. It showed that the offense was moving a little bit. The defense, they played well, of course, playing Aiden O'Connell. He sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like, he sucks. The Raiders suck. And so, it was good to see the defense, do their thing. But honestly, that was expected. This was another game that I expected to win. You know what I'm saying? Going into it, I had little doubt that we were going to win this game. Or I had little doubt that we were going to, win this game and lose this game. I didn't think we were going to lose. That's what I'm trying to say. I did not think we were going to lose. And especially, too, because we are showing out for Mr. Devonte Adams, man. As Cordero Patterson, hey, man, I know you're ready to be a Pittsburgh Steeler. Like, hey, Devonte Adams, are you pulling up or not? Because, this team, now that we're back in the win column, now that we're back, I am fully ready to crown ourselves, Super Bowl AFC champions again. I'm ready to crown ourselves as the king of the North. I'm ready to crown ourselves as Lombardi holders, because I am back to all in. Like I said, I see how this team plays. I see the fire Justin Fields plays with. I see the passion that we play with on defense. And I am just, once again, I am ready to crown us, man. So Devonte Adams, I know you want to be on a real team. Las Vegas, you guys were holding out for a little bit. You guys aren't going to get that crazy of a trade. You might as well give him to a team like the Pittsburgh Steelers. And you give him to a team like the Pittsburgh Steelers. We got a quarterback on the roster named Justin Fields, man. And we talked about it a lot. We talked about, okay, maybe it's Russell Wilson's time, but here we are sitting at 4-2. Really could be 5-1 if the defense locked in against that Cowboys game. Really could be 6-0 if we just didn't get punched in the mouth by the Colts early. We're talking about our losses. Guess what? Hey, man, this is crazy. The Colts, we could have got something going earlier. Both of our losses, if you think about it, kind of falls on the defense because, we had the lead against the Cowboys. They drove it down the field and, scored at the end. And, of course, obviously, our offense could score way more than they do. Our offense is definitely, not without blame in these. But I'm just saying for the headline of it all, our defense, the Cowboys were able to score late against us, and then against the Colts, we just got smacked in the mouth early. We went down too many points, and this offense isn't capable of that. So, you think about it, maybe the defense is the reason for these two losses, and, if the defense locks in, that's the best part of our team. We could be 6-0 right now. So, the panic that I had, the panic that I showed in the last two videos, it is what it is. That's just how the Steelers control my mood. I'm sure you guys understand that. When we lose, it's just dark and gloomy. It's raining outside and it's sunny still, but there's a cloud following me, just absolutely dumping rain on me when we lose. But then when we win, it's I can see clearly now. The rain is, you know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel about this team right now. And so Devonte Adams, OBJ, Julio Jones, Justin Jefferson, Antonio Brown, DeAndre Hopkins, anybody who wants to be a Pittsburgh Steeler and is a wide receiver, pull up, because that is the one hindrance to this team. That is the one thing holding us back. And if we get someone like Devonte, if we get someone like, a star wide receiver to put next to George Pickens, not in replacement of, next to George Pickens, if we get that, then we're good, man. We really are good. And Justin Fields, he continues to play with ferocity. He continues to be a great player. There were some throws that he definitely missed for sure, but it is what it is. There was also, once again, some drops too. So, you take the good, you take the bad. But Justin Fields, the stories with Russell Wilson, they need to stop. Mike Tomlin needs to go to the press conference. He needs to be look, Justin Fields is our starter. There is not a chance Russell Wilson is going to come back in outside of injury at this point. Because here we are at 4-2, really could be 6-0. Justin Fields has not done anything to really propel us to losses. You know what I'm saying? In fact, I think, some of his running abilities, some of the way he's able to escape the pocket, some of the way he's able to get the touchdowns himself for us, that is an X factor player. You know what I'm saying? He's been playing like an X factor player. And so we need to keep this guy rolling. We need to keep him confident. And so how do we keep him confident? How about we stop trying to be hey, we're going to trade, or we're going to start Russell Wilson now. Hey, we're not going to start Russell Wilson now. And I'm sure the Steelers themselves aren't doing this. It's more of the fans. But since we're talking about it, maybe they're talking about it in the locker room. And so I think if we got a solid solid answer from Mike Tomlin. I think if we really just committed to Justin Fields, that would do all the world for his confidence and for this team's confidence. Because I believe at this point, the team is rallying around him, man. And Russell Wilson, he's being a great sport about it too. He's always tweeting after the games like, hey, good team win. He's on the sideline. He doesn't look frustrated like some quarterbacks on the sideline looked frustrated last year when they panned to him. You know what I'm saying? Like and this is Russell Wilson, of course. You know, like this guy is just like the how do I want to say it? Like just the most, you guys know what I'm trying to say, right? Like Russell Wilson, like he's just a guy, man. He's just funny. And so like when they pan to him, like he's locked in, he's loving the game. Who knows if he actually does feel happy about this? I'm sure not. I'm sure he would love to play. But just we found ourselves in this situation, and here we are at 4-2. We can't fuck it up. We can't fuck up the chemistry. We can't fuck up the camaraderie between the team. And Justin Fields is our starter. And I'm here to say, like, I fully believe in Justin Fields. I fully am down with this project that we've been doing. Here we are 6 weeks into the season, 4-2. We're looking pretty, man. We're sitting pretty, man. So we also have Jared Kane right here. Shout out to Jared Kane. We scored over 30 points. Finally. Definitely some help from the defense, but also to the ferocity that a Justin Fields plays with, the ferocity that a Najee Harris plays with, the ferocity that a TJ Watt plays with, as you can see. Look at him punching this ball out, man. TJ Watt, he's incredible, bro. He's just incredible, man. Like every single game he is making plays like this. And I know, a forced fumble, it is what it is. But bro, like you guys just don't get it. TJ Watt, he's like when I pray at night, he is who I'm praying to. You know what I'm saying? Like when TJ Watt happens, like when you go to the NFL stadiums, when you go to a Creaser, what do you see? You see 90 hanging in the rafters and he's still playing. This guy is a gold jacket Hall of Fame player, still currently playing for us. He's a god amongst mortal men, and we are all just living in his world. When TJ Watt wants to affect the game, when TJ Watt wants a fumble, all you can do is just wait it out. All you can do is fumble the ball. If TJ wants to fumble, you're going to fumble. If he wants the interception, he's going to get the pick. If he wants to get the sack, he's going to get the sack. Pause. It is what it is. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is how good of a player he is. And you can see Patrick Queen also flying in here to help out on the run support. Dante Jackson over there too. TJ Watt, man, he's just inspirational. You know, there's nothing really else I have to say about it. Next up, you can see Max Crosby. This is how we had the Raiders yesterday, man. You could tell we beat the emotions out of them. We had them frustrated. We talked about George Pickens getting frustrated. This is what happens, man. With Max Crosby, you're a great player, but time and time again, you're just being wasted. Like we talk about wasting TJ Watt, man. If we are wasting TJ Watt, the Raiders are literally, I don't even know how. I don't need, like, they're fucking up the recipe when it comes to Max Crosby. Like, they can't even waste them because they haven't even made it right, you know? Like, it's like, like, there's kids starving in such and such places, you know? Like, Max Crosby, he hasn't even been made yet, you know? And so Max, he's just completely frustrated, and shit like this to see for me is just very good heartening to see how we beat these teams and how frustrated they get when they face TJ Watt, when they face Justin Fields, when they face Najee Harris. Like, you can't even stop Najee Harris, and you're being guarded by Muth all game, Max Crosby. How does that make you feel, Mr. Max? And he's not better than TJ Watt. TJ Watt would never do some shit like this, or he would never get emotional like this on the sideline. And so we just add this to the column of players they say are better than TJ Watt. Look at him, man. Look at Max. Right? Mind you, Micah Parsons, when he played the Cowboys, he's hurt. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I got it. But he didn't play. You know, he didn't play. He didn't show up. It was supposed to be TJ versus Micah. Micah wasn't there. It was TJ versus Crosby. Who came away with the win? It was the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, of course, you know, they're not the whole team. But isn't TJ Watt the whole team? If TJ Watt is our whole team, this is what I'm saying. This is why these players are not better than TJ Watt, because Max Crosby, when the Raiders are bad, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what's he supposed to do? Like, he can't just make his team win. But TJ Watt literally can. TJ Watt has literally done this time and time again for us when our offense is slacking, when we have the Aiden O'Connells, aka Kenny Pickett's out there. What does TJ Watt do? He does more. He does more to give his team the win. When Max Crosby is sitting rotten on teams for year in and year out, barely can hit the playoffs every year, barely can get over 5-6 wins. He's a great player, but is he TJ Watt level? I don't think so, because you put TJ Watt there and the Raiders look way better than what they look like with Max Crosby. And it is what it is. As I've said, he's a great player. I like Max Crosby. I'm just here to defend TJ Watt and push the narratives. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Steelers fan, so think about that. You know what I'm saying? Something to think about. And Micah Parsons, same thing. Like, he's so good and he's so hurt. But the Cowboys, they're falling apart, man. When TJ Watt, even when he's hurt, just his presence alone on the sideline, like, and I think we're like 1-10 when TJ doesn't play. But I'm just bullshitting here, you know. But TJ, he's better than Max, he's better than Miles, he's better than Micah, he's better than every single defensive player in the NFL currently. Next up, have you scored more than 20 points in a game this season? Every other team besides the Cleveland Browns. I don't know how long I'm going to continue this victory lap around Cleveland, but I mean, 1-5, like, holy shit, are you guys down bad? And we all remember the talks about the Browns. We all remember how happy their fan base was to, like, be preseason ranked ahead of the Steelers, but nobody even had you guys win in the division, but you guys still just take that and run with it. Like, someone gives the Cleveland Browns over 7 wins in a season and they take that as, oh, we're winning the Super Bowl this year, you know? And even this year, 7 wins, that is going to be a tough task for you Cleveland Browns fans. So, you know, you shouldn't have hit Mason Rudolph with that helmet, Myles Garrett. You shouldn't have stole the Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Garrett. And you're another fantastic player. But this is what happens. This is a curse. It's like the terrible towel curse. The Cleveland Browns are literally a cursed team. And I don't know what they got to get an exorcism or something, because until they do, they're going to continue to be in this category. They got to get rid of Deshaun Watson. They got to get rid of this. They got to get rid of that. They're always in talks about getting these players. And it's like, for what? What are you guys going to do with Devonte Adams? You know, what were you guys going to do with Brandon Ayuk? And you are 1-5 right now. We are 4-2 with no offensive line, no wide receivers, Justin Fields at quarterback because he sucks. Remember, to everybody else, Justin Fields sucks, but that is our quarterback. The defense is the defense, you know what I'm saying? They're solid, and like, we don't got to keep like putting us down to bring other teams up, you know what I'm saying? But the fact that we're sitting here 4-2, but the Cleveland Browns with all this talent, with all this hype, with what, 2-time Coach of the Year fucking Stefanski or whatever his name is, like they got a Coach of the Year 2 times on the Cleveland Browns. He can't Coach of the Year nothing. Coach of the Year to be 1-5. Why don't you coach yourself to 2-4? How about that? A Coach of the Year, you're at 1-5. Really? Mike Tomlin has never come close to 1-5. I believe the closest was 1-3. And what do we finish that season? Over 500. What are the Cleveland Browns going to finish this season? Under 500. And you know what? That is familiarity with them. They're comfortable being a bad team, you know, because they're always a bad team. It is what it is. And so, you know what I'm saying? Like, congratulations to the Cleveland Browns for just being ass, and congratulations to the Pittsburgh Steelers for being the best team in the AFC North. The only team we got to get past now is the Baltimore Ravens, because we kind of fumbled a bit. The Ravens, they're looking pretty good. That was a big win against Washington. We will see when we end up playing them in the end of the season in 100 years from now. But yeah, I feel good about us. The Bengals as well. You know, they got some wins back. Congratulations to them. But I still have us over them. I think they're falling apart. But yeah, I'm hyped. Like, let me know how you guys are feeling down in the comments below on this Victory Monday. I really think we have a chance to win the Super Bowl again. I am back to all in. Justin Fields is an MVP Hall of Fame player. Najee Harris is an MVP Hall of Fame player. TJ Watt, same thing. And the last but not least, I don't want to show this, man. I really don't want to show this, but here we are. I'm showing it. Mr. Broderick Jones. What is going on, Broderick? Like, what is happening with Broderick Jones right now? I really, you know what I'm saying? I have faith in the guy. It is what it is. But every week, it's just like, we get a play like this. Like, fam, you're blocking nobody, man. Nobody is there. And so we got to figure this out. And there's Max Crosby right in front of you. You have to block Max Crosby. I don't know if it's not supposed to be your assignment or what, but we have to block Max Crosby. Of all the players to not block, Max Crosby should not be one of them. You should be like, and Robert Spillane. How about you block Robert Spillane? Shout out to Robert Spillane, former Pittsburgh Steeler. He was flying around all game. But yeah, Broderick, he doesn't even decide to like step up. I don't know if the offensive lineman can run down the field like this. Maybe it would have been a penalty. I'm not sure. But you see, like, everybody's past him, and he's looking like, where should I go? Justin Fields decides to take off. Hey, man, if you just go get Spillane now, once again, I don't know if he can. It maybe is going to be a penalty. I'm not sure. But how about you go get Spillane? How about you do literally anything, Broderick Jones? It just is what it is. It's very tough. But I don't want to be negative. I don't want to, like, fall on that. But it's very interesting to see. Something I guess we'll have to pay attention to as the season continues to go on. But I believe, who is that? Is that Mason McCormick right here at 66? Does he like step in for Broderick? He's like, hey, I'll get him too, I guess. You know, kind of chips Max Crosby. It makes all the difference as Justin Fields is able to scramble for a big gain. But yeah, Broderick Jones, we got to get it together. But other than that, the Steelers were the best team in the AFC North and the NFL, and we're going to win the Super Bowl this year. And it all starts at 4-2, just like it all started at 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, and now, you know, something. Now we're 4-2. You know, we don't even talk about the losses. They didn't happen. Those are fake news. Anyways, this has been Zaya from Zaya and the Steelers. I think I am going to get out of here. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. I make videos about the Pittsburgh Steelers all the time, so if that's something you would enjoy, definitely check out the channel. Anyways, as I mentioned, I'm going to get out of here. Happy Victory Monday, everybody, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.